Hello, my name is Father Lawrence Jagfeld. I am a Franciscan of the Sacred Heart Province and the administrator of CUSA, an apostolate of persons with chronic illness and/or disability. This Sunday, we hear from the Gospel of St. Mark. Jesus summoned the 12 and began to send them out 2 by 2, and gave them authority over unclean spirits. He instructed them to take nothing for the journey but a walking stick, no food, no sack, no money in their belts. They were, however, to wear sandals, but not a second tunic. He said to them, "Whenever you enter a house, stay there until you leave. Whatever place does not welcome you or listen to you, leave there and shake the dust off your feet in testimony against them." So they went off and preached repentance. The 12 drove out many demons, and they anointed with oil many who were sick and cured them. This incident is recorded in all 3 of the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Luke's version and Matthew's version are a little longer than what Mark has written for us, but that doesn't make them any more interesting. In fact, Mark's version presents us with a very interesting picture. The very first line tells us a little bit about the culture of that place and that time. The people of the Mediterranean thought of the world much the same as we do, as a place where power is all important. However, they assigned levels of power differently than we do. For them, God was the all-powerful. But below him were a group that they called the Nephilim. We translate the word archangels, but it's really referring to all of those who are in God's court, God's realm. On the 3rd level are all the spirits and demons of which we hear a great deal in the Gospels. And finally, on the lowest level are the human beings. In the very first line of the Gospel, we're told that Jesus gave the apostles authority over unclean spirits. This means, in effect, that he raised them from the 4th level to the 2nd level. He gave them authority over those spirits and demons who were in the 3rd level. This speaks of great confidence that Jesus is placing in his apostles. And it is something that we need to pay attention to, because so often the apostles are pictured in the gospel as unbelieving or understanding nothing, or just simply unaware of what Jesus is talking about. In this very short verse, Mark shows that Jesus really gave the apostles credentials to preach, really thought of them as people who were ready to tackle this problem. The second thing that we get from this particular gospel passage is a very human aspect. All of us know what it's like to hand over authority to others. As we grow older, we soon become people who are taken care of, people who are at the mercy of our caregivers, especially people who have chronic illnesses and/or disabilities. We need people to help us, to take care of us. Our independent spirit makes this very difficult for us. Jesus is shown in this gospel to be passing his ministry on to his apostles, something that most of us would find very difficult. But it also, again, gives us a picture of confidence confidence that Jesus was ready to send these men out to preach the good news. The gospel goes on to tell us that the apostles preached repentance, but that they also cast out demons and they cured the sick. They, in effect, continued the ministry of Jesus. And that's where we come in, for we too are to continue to minister to one another. We too are to continue to support one another, especially the poor and the sick. For more information about CUSA, please visit our website at www.cusan.org.